Hey there, and welcome to this week's Sunday Musings, where every week I spend a little time talking about something that's on my mind. I also write a complimentary blog. It's hosted on Medium. The link for that is right there. It contains complimentary information and additional resources and hyperlinks to other sources of information that you might find useful. If you're interested, you can also subscribe on Medium and get a link or an email every time I drop new content, and all my written blogs have a video blog embedded in it. I'd love to have a conversation with you, so if you're interested, drop me a message or wait till the end of this video and there's a link to my calendar. Set a time and I'd really love to have a conversation. This week I want to talk about autonomy, independence, and taking a stand. There's been a lot going on in our country. And by that I mean in the United States, but we can extend that to say that there's been a lot going on in the world. There are choices being made by people that you may or may not agree with. There are things happening that may be distressing. There's times where you need to take a stand. This is about our freedom in the United States, and unfortunately not in every country in the world, but in many of the countries in the world. But I would take a step further and say that every one of us has the right and the opportunity to have a personal opinion and to take a personal stand. Whether we can safely act upon those choices and stands depends on where we reside. But I would suggest that there comes a point in every one of our lives where we need to take a stand. We need to make a decision and exercise our autonomy as individuals and believe in what we believe in what resonates with our core values inside, and speak our truth. Whether we can speak our truth to the broader public and take a stand and get up on a camera and speak into a microphone, or write freely in a blog to the internet, or create a video, or we just take a stand with a safe and trusted set of people in our lives. I think it's really important that we all take a moment to speak our truth, to exercise our right to autonomy and independent thought, even if we don't have the ability to take independent action. Where does this come from? Recently, you've probably seen decisions in the courts in the land. We've seen lawmakers do crazy things like indirectly order riots on the Capitol. We've seen our rights taken away. We've seen the court system adjust and amend what's justice so that certain people face higher punishments or restricted rights. We're in a different place in our lives where we no longer seem to be able to get up in the morning and trust that the country we may have fought for, that we have worked for, that we have invested in, is investing back in every one of us individually. There is no equality. There never has been. There's always been disparities in income, in education, in access, in accessibility. Men and women have never had the same rights. And if you happen to be LGBTQAI, transgender, non-conforming, of a different religion than the accepted Christianity, if you are not part of that cookie-cutter, perfect vision, you've never had the same rights. And if you belong to multiple of these groups, it's even worse. But lately it feels like the little rights that we may have had are getting nipped away at. So there's less and less. And because of that, I feel we need to take a stand. I stand for equal rights and equal access for everyone. Everyone should be treated the same, as long as they work within the limits of what is morally and ethically right. I can't even add legally in today, because there are choices that we should have the ability to make that are not legally accessible to many. I think we need to take a stand and work with and for those who need us to work with them. This does not mean we have the right to overstep, step in front of, and take over. We need to step up and be allies when asked, and to raise our voice to bring recognition and energy, and those who are less educated in what might be the impact of actions taken. I need to exercise my autonomy as an individual and stand up for myself and for those I love and for those who ask me for help. I can exercise my rights of independence and the privilege that I have, such as it is, and invite those who have more privilege to stand with me, to help where help is needed, to bring light into the darkness and the archaic laws that may be impacting our land. Only the squeaky wheel gets noticed, and we all need to be very, very squeaky. Some of us have the privilege to be more squeaky than others without repercussion. Some of us will take great risk and stand up and be squeaky and accept the consequences. We need to consider supporting and taking a stand if you believe in something strongly. It is your right, your independent right, to be autonomous in your thinking and to take that stand. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I hope we can have a conversation soon. And until next week, stay safe.